In the last lecture, you got an overview of the AIDA formula and what you're going to achieve in this section of the course. In this lecture now, you're going to learn what copywriting is and really why it's so important for your business. Let's start off with what is copywriting? How do we answer this question? Well, really copywriting is using written words to persuade people to take the action that you want them to. For example, make a purchase, submit an email, request a demo. But how do you actually do that? It really comes down to presenting an argument strong enough to convince the visitor that what you're going to provide them, like a product, an email newsletter, a free quote, is worth more than what they are really giving you, whether that be $9.99, their email address, or a phone number. So that is really the process. Essentially, it's sales in the written form. And it's really just persuading people to take an action in return for you giving them something. So why is copywriting so important? Well, the main benefit of copywriting is that it really helps increase sales. Consider this. If you want to increase your sales, you have two real options. One is to double your traffic. So if you want to double your sales, you can double your price, but you'll probably get no one buying. You can double your traffic. But traffic is not always easy to generate. It doesn't come on demand, and it can also be a costly choice if you're paying for that traffic. Now, what you can do instead is double your conversion rate with better copy. By writing better words, more persuasive words, you can convince more people to take that action and to really buy your product. Now, that's a lot easier to do, to adjust a couple of words, than to actually double your traffic. And even if you can move your conversion rate, which is the percentage of people that completes that action, from 1% to 2%, you're really going to see an impact from copywriting. And that's really how powerful good sales copy can be. It can be the same as doubling your traffic if you can just change a few words, present benefits in a different way that really meet what the buyer is looking for. Then it's so powerful. It's amazing to see that even changing just a couple of words can just have such a big impact. As well as it being a powerful way to really increase sales, you're going to be using copywriting almost across all of the marketing activities that you do. And that's really why it's so important as well. Especially the activities that you'll be taking in this course, you'll need copywriting for almost all of them, or really, I guess, all of these activities will benefit from copywriting and they'll help you generate more traffic and sales. So that's why it's important to learn copywriting up front before you start to really get into these marketing channels, because the principles and the best practices that you learn here will really be applied across all of these. And we already saw one of them when we looked at our market research and really explaining the benefits of people completing your survey. To remind you of that, let me come into the market research notes here. And way down the end here, I referred to this really copywriting aspect of really getting people to take action. And here we've got it. When I was talking about distributing your Typeform survey, I suggested that you make sure your email subject line or wherever you post your email really says something that will catch people's attention. What you often see with people sending out surveys is, can you help me? Can you take a few minutes? But that's not interesting. And where's really the benefit from me? If you turn that around and show the benefit for people, like, I'm making a new course for you and I'd love your input, there's clearly a benefit for the person there. And you can see that that is just a change in perspective, a change of a few words. But I believe that for me, that resulted in a much better uptake in that survey and completion rate. So that is really the power. It's the power of the approach, and it's really how you're persuading and communicating with people in the written word. Now, as well as seeing it in the market research section of the course, we also saw it in the email marketing section of the course. And I really showed you as well that it all can really come down to the subject line. If people don't open that subject line they're not going to read your content, they're not going to take that action, and they're not going to move into maybe the next step towards becoming a customer or taking you up on your offer. So it can be disappointing to see that you've put in so much work to an email and a campaign or a competition and people don't open your emails. And I think for me, this is really where you'll see the impact of copywriting and how important headlines are, because if people don't open the email, you've lost them. Whereas when you publish content online, it's not as definitive as that, it's not as clear cut. But I think the reality is, if they don't like the subject line, they're not going to read any further, they're not going to engage with you. So that's a real clear reason where headlines and copywriting is important. Now, SEO is another big place where copywriting comes into play, writing those headlines, writing those content. You really want to get people to read your content and share your content. And also there's a crossover with SEO here, and not only writing headlines that people want to open, but also that they're SEO optimized for keywords. And I'm going to show you how to do that in the SEO section of the course. So there's a crossover there really with SEO as well. Now, the fourth activity and the fourth section of this course where there's a really crossover with copywriting is in YouTube. You're going to be writing your video headlines and have them SEO optimized. And you'll also be writing scripts for your videos as well. And to make those first 30 seconds especially, you're going to see is really, really important. Now, one of the most interesting metrics that we're going to look at in the YouTube section of the course is audience retention. And you can see a graph of it here and how quickly that audience retention falls off. You can see after 25 seconds, the number of people who are watching has dropped to 50%. A lot of people still finish out to the end, but you can't see this type of data for written text, but you can be guaranteed that it's pretty similar. In the first 30 seconds, people are really deciding after they've read that headline if they're going to continue watching what you've got. And it's the same in really the written word as well. They might like the headline, they'll click in, but if they don't like the first paragraph, they're out of there. And that's the same with YouTube as well. So seeing these metrics, I think for video, you can really leverage them back across to the written word and understand that that first paragraph is really important as well. And that's why when you're writing your scripts, copywriting really comes into play. Facebook and Twitter, of course, you need to create posts that people will engage with. And that first line is really what people see. Those headlines is what goes viral, not really the blog post. It's the headlines that communicate clearly. Quora is a marketing channel where there's a big crossover with copywriting, because really all of the content there is the written word. It's not so heavy on images and videos like Facebook is. And so really this is a place where you can really see a lot of different people writing and their different writing skills. And in the Quora section of the course, I show you the process and the structure that I really recommend. This is the process and the structure that has got me on my top answers almost 7,000 views. And you can see that I do use an image, but it's really broken up into different steps with bullet points, links out. It's clear, it's easy to read. And so I personally think that Quora is a great place to practice your copywriting and also to find great writers, the styles that you like, so you can really model from them. Now, the final place where there's a big crossover between copywriting and the other sections of this course and in general is with Google AdWords. You're going to be learning how to write effective ads, and I'll be showing you 6 tips to really make that happen. So here in the notes for the Google AdWords section of the course, you can see right down here, I think it is step number 7. I show you how to write effective ads and really follow these 6 tips. And that's matching your ad to your landing page, highlighting what's unique, including prices, promotions, exclusives, empower customers to take action, include your keywords, and follow Google's editorial guidelines. So you can see even for writing ads, it's important because that is really how you persuade people to click through. So as you can see, copywriting really covers and feeds into every single section of this course. And that's really how important copywriting is. It's not a standalone topic. You use it on your website and you use it within all of these marketing channels as well to really persuade people to take action. So it is a key digital marketing skill, and it's really going to be worth investing your time and getting good at this, because the impact that it has can be as big as doubling your traffic, and that can be much more hard work to get done. So that really wraps up on what is copywriting and why is copywriting important. Now in the next lecture, we're going to recap on really how to write for your buyer persona, to link back in this concept about the buyer persona so that you're really approaching copywriting in the right way. This is the first mistake that a lot of people make, is not having a clear buyer persona when they're writing. So I'll see you in the next lecture where you'll learn how to write for your buyer persona.